She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. An introduction to the poet. Born in an impoverished noble family in London in 1788, a year before the French Revolution, Lord Byron's father was a captain nicknamed Mad Jack, who had squandered away the money of the poet's mother and then deserted her. For some years, mother and son lived in loneliness and poverty in Scotland. His mother, a passionate woman, petted and abused him alternately. Byron was born with a club foot. A club foot is a foot abnormality usually present at birth, and in the frequent family scenes, his mother called him, "You lame brat." So the poet's early years had been far from happy. His life as a poet. Lord Byron was an English poet and a leading figure in the Romantic movement. He was a part of the British Romantic poets, in particular the second generation, along with P.B. Shelley and John Keats. This particular poem was published in his collection Hebrew Melodies in 1815. Among Byron's best known works are the lengthy narrative poems Don Juan and Childe Harold's Pilgrimage and the short lyric She Walks in Beauty. Byron does have a number of aspects in common with the usual associations of Romanticism. These includes political engagement, extensive travel, and a taste for freedom. That's why he occupies a place in Romanticism like no other. After publishing his long poem, Childe Harold's Pilgrimage, Byron became a celebrity on a scale that was practically unknown at that time. He is regarded as one of the greatest British poets and remains widely read and influential. Byron continued to produce poetry until the end of his life in 1824. He was only 36 when he died of fever. She Walks in Beauty. Let us read the context of the poem. Written in 1814, when Byron was 26 years old, and published in Hebrew Melodies in 1815, the poem of praise, She Walks in Beauty, was inspired by the poet's first sight of his young cousin by marriage, Anne Wilmot. According to literary historians, Byron's cousin wore a black gown that was brightened with spangles as she was in a mourning. This description helps the reader understand the origin of the poem and its mixing together of images of darkness and light. But the poem itself cannot be reduced to its origins. Its beauty lies in its powerful description not only of a woman's physical beauty but also of her interior strengths. There is no mention in the poem of spangles or a gown, no images of a woman actually walking, because the poet is after something larger than mere physical description. The poem is written in iambic tetrameter, that is, three stanzas of 6 lines each, which is a poetic form mostly used for hymns and thus associated both with simplicity and with chasteness. Let us read the poem. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven trees or softly lightens over her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days and goodness spent. A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. The speaker compares a beautiful woman who is walking to a clear night sky full of bright stars. The finest light and darkness come together in harmony in this woman's appearance, particularly within her eyes. This gentle and delicate play of light is heavenly. Indeed, heaven usually refuses to grant this supernatural light to the showy daytime. A touch more shade or even one ray of light would have greatly diminished the woman's beauty. This beauty, which is hard to put into words, shows itself in every strand of the woman's hair and gently falls on her face. Her sweet angelic emotions play out on her face, revealing how pure and precious this woman is. On the woman's cheek and forehead, softly and calmly, but noticeably appear winning smiles and glowing skin tone. These features reveal that the woman spends her days virtuously, that she possesses a peaceful mind, and that she has an innocent, loving heart.